Life is full of surprises. 2 years ago, I was on a back road in the Himalayas, and I was staring at a landslide. A journey learning about people's outlooks in remote parts is what brought me to this landslide. The people who were with me didn't bat an eyelid. They picked up some shovels, and they cleared the road in 15 minutes. We joked around, and we got to know each other better as we cleared the road. What struck me the most about that day was not how terrified I was. It was that the sense of community I felt in that moment made me forget I was terrified. Sort of like today. To locals, this was nothing new. People living in such an unpredictable environment know that the best resource they have are other people. Fast forward 6 months later, and I'm a Spartan. Go green! Yeah. The School of Planning, Design, and Construction lets me explore these observations and apply it to the built environment with access to expertise and faculty. At school, I learn about social capital. Social capital means this collective feeling of civic value built through social linkages, bridges, and bonds. To explain, I'd like to talk about my friend Cam. Cameroon and I met while developing this TED Talk. We met over coffee, and we brainstormed on different ways to communicate my idea. As we got talking, we discovered that both of us are musicians. So we did the reasonable thing, and we started a band. Having been through this, through many instances, I have observed that social linkages, bridges, and bonds not only build civic value for me, it also improves quality of life. But this usually happens by meeting people in neutral places over the course of time. What if places where people meet and greet, like coffee shops, improve quality of life? Coffee shops have been around for longer than you may know. Originally a concept in Egypt, it traveled all the way to Great Britain in the 17th century. At a time when social hierarchies were visible, coffee shops acted as platforms where people from different backgrounds could share their outlook. This concept of a place where people can talk to each other over a cup of coffee became popular in the United States with Starbucks. Studies by the business show that people often go there not just for the coffee, but to be part of a coffee house scene and escape from their everyday world. So what has previous research showed us about coffee shops and quality of life? Well, it has been an interesting journey that has led to theory about places like coffee shops called third places. Oldenburg defines third place as an atmosphere where people meet, greet, and linger, which is different from the home and the work environment. Studies show that third places are positively correlated with social capital. Studies also show that different atmospheres in third places affect social capital differently. For example, farmers' markets influence social bonds, while parks influence trust, which lead to social linkages and bridges. Amanda Burden's TED Talk touches upon third places like Highline Park and the value it has to the people in New York City. It's an amazing video. If you get the chance, you should look it up. Studies also show that the time in which you use third places affects social capital differently. For example, people who go to Chinese tea houses report going there to build interpersonal relationships, but they prefer going with friends during weekdays and coworkers during weekends. So what have studies about social capital and quality of life found? Well, research shows the two are positively correlated as well. Studies in India show that social capital explains 79% of quality of life. This means when social capital changes, 79% of quality of life is affected by that change. In the same way, people in Malaysia that networked with those around them and were comfortable with talking to others reported better quality of life. What if this feeling is universal? Why have we not studied third places as incubators for quality of life before? With the help of expertise at school, I designed a study that tests the role of coffee shops as a third place on quality of life using social capital as a mediating variable. The study does this here in Greater Lansing in 2 coffee shops using the survey method. As the world rapidly urbanizes, this study ties into MSU's efforts to understand urban complexities. Clearly, people are moving to cities in search of a better life. Some people move from one city to another in search of the same thing. This study begins to document the better life that people are looking for. And here's what I found. Analysis shows a positive correlation between atmospheres in coffee shops and social capital at the neighborhood level. This means every time somebody reported that the atmosphere in coffee shops is very important to them, they also reported high social capital at the neighborhood level. The same relationship holds true for social capital at the neighborhood level and quality of life. Interestingly, people that reported low social capital also reported that the presence of other people in coffee shops is very important to them. As somebody whose closest friends and family are halfway around the world, this finding does not surprise me. I often find myself going to third places in search of social connections to make my life better. So why does this information matter? One way to apply it can be in local economies. The basic building block of the economy is the activity of buying and selling goods and services. This activity between people is what eventually leads to jobs and growth. Recent studies show that experience weighs in as an important factor in this activity. By identifying pockets in a city where people go to experience a better life, we can design more robust economic strategies. For example, if coffee shops and businesses that offer similar experiences is what people value, then encouraging and protecting a diverse cluster of these businesses can result in more robust economies. Not only that, doing it here in Greater Lansing could make this city appealing to talent from all over the world. And we all know that people with talent is what every employer looks for. Today's theme for TEDx by MSU is Mobius. Mobius is dynamic and ever-changing. To me, this is best represented by people. I believe that we can make better lives for people living in cities through the simple act of listening to what they have to say, listening to what they value in a better life. This act of being involved can move landslides. Social capital, coffee shops, and quality of life are only stepping stones to a whole new world we can create together.